All right, y'all, part 3 on Aquaman, part 2, and the dualities going on the world stage, all right? We're kind of going over the net of how things connect in the matrix on this, so y'all can kind of do it on your own a little better, as if you're not kind of connecting points of light on the post, okay? So, Aquaman 2, he needs his trident to work, that trident. We see the tri-state area blowing up now with Trump, in a matter of speaking. And this is bringing in that great tribulation time frame, because we're going from the spiritual to the carnal. And we're in that crossover section. And as we're in that crossover section, you have 2 times meeting. And the end of one time going out and being gathered into areas and taken out in ways and all these different things, okay? So, the trident is also held by the Poseidon, and the Poseidon is the den, and Poseidon is the dawn. There's the gold trident. There's the green trident. Okay, the gold one is tied to the bricks and some things going on that front. The green trident is tied to the petrodollar. Okay, and it's tied to cannabis and some other things on that type of front. But let's go over the gold and the bricks and the dollar and those things. We see the gold trident going through, all right, the green one, and it smashes it, okay? So this is kind of that brick going through that dollar right through the middle and smashing it. And that's where we saw on January 1 that the bricks, Saudi Arabia or whatever, switched over to the bricks, and they took 46 to 50% of the world at that point of the market, right? And then we saw a reversal in the time travel mechanism to where Saudi Arabia didn't take the bricks, all right? And then Trump did a Green Day concert instead, okay? And then they've been working out different type of freezes. They've been giving away free money first and working out these deals, and then now they're coming back that where some of these deals by the Ken Paxton and such for that tri-lion and that trill lion for the ill, for the pilgrims and those things. But the Ken Paxton ties to the Barbie and the Kens and the women that are coming up, okay? And the women, the Aquaman, all these things go together, all right? And then Aquaman 2, he mentions, hey, get up, you look like a castaway or whatever, and that's mentioning the Tom Hanks thing. The Tom Hanks is the Tom's the money, and Tom Hanks is with the Wilson. The Wilson is that ball that he talked to. That dragon is the will, the wood, and we're in the dragon year, so that's all on that island. So this could be tying into that big Hawaii volcano, Joe versus the volcano, and then that causes a huge tsunami, the T-Tsunami, to hit LA and those types of things and wash out LA. Or we see a big quake in the Wanda Fucka plates in Oregon, or off the shore of Oregon, and you wash the west coast out that way. Or Yellowstone, Joe versus volcano, or or maybe the Diamond volcano in Arkansas rises up or whatever, right? Gets a little trembles. But that New Madrid fault line and all these things with the X marks the spot and the eclipse, and there's the big earthquakes coming in, the 8.5, and then whatever, right, in Salt Lake City. That's another big area that's is known, that's expected for the big one. And they finished their nice temple not too long ago that's like earthquake proof or whatever. So this could be like where that carnal representation of the temple goes down, right? The Baha'i faith, they have the temple of justice that was rebuilt. Jesus is justice. Justice is another name for Jesus. So that's the temple of Jesus that was rebuilt in the 60s as far as the carnal representation to tell the people of the time that they were in, okay? And then as that came on, now we have that third temple being built without hands, all right? And that's being done now. And then also the other temple that people worship for the Baal worship, where the law of the Bible, you had to put your right hand on there and shit, is in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is for that marriage, the prime Mary, and all these things, because as Trump goes down on one side, we're going to see him go up on the other. And this is where the Mike Pillow guy comes in. And then Jill Jacobs, she's the doctor. That would be the time of Jacob's trouble and all these little different things, okay? And you have the pillow to rest your head on. So that'd be where you have a popularity vote take this way, and then Trump takes his Trump pets, the petrodollars, and the old way, and they go out that way. And we can see like a duality system going, and all these little different things we can set up, see, okay? So, Aquaman, the army of dead rises. They're caught behind the gates. The Matt Gaetz today is speaking. He's using, or on his Instagram thing, the Matt is using Matt scripture, quoting 21, is it 25 through 35, or 21 through 35, or something like that. Either way, it's the twin T, the twin Trump, the Gemini, the Gem and I for that ring bearer. All those little different things, y'all. Okay, so this is part of that net of information that connects the big picture and how all words are fulfilled, and how word is made flesh, and different things like that, because there's nothing new under the sun. And since there's nothing new under the sun, we have to use that prism that breaks up that rainbow, and we have to be able to reflect the light through and break up the light and properly divide, because it's all one light and it's all one spectrum, and it comes together to create this world. But as we're going into a new world, a new heaven, a new earth, all this old light is it's going through a battle for control, in a matter of speaking, for what kind of spectrum, okay? And the climate change or whatever, that new real, the sun is kind of under that. What we see visibly is like a red spectrum. It may go into more of a blue or purple or whatever, you know what I mean? And that causes the plants to change and to morph and whatever kind of thing. It doesn't matter. So the army dead rises. They get locked behind the gates. Okay. This is where he grabbed onto it. He saw it as it was real. He's had that vision, right? And then it talks about that vision going on. And after that vision going on, it takes us up to that time. You understand? A little bit. And then he goes down and he comes up to the surface. And they appear to the people. That's like the mothership appearing. And then, and maybe if the rapture, as far as people go missing or whatever, they come back transformed, all right? It can happen that way, if not the sound, all right? There's different ways that these things can happen, or the mothership shows up, and then there's the sound that happens, okay? So, and all these movies that are going on are like showing all the same kind of shit. It's just in all different ways. It's all to wake y'all up. It's to show, it's a show. It's to show you. Either way. So the Amber Heard is part of that alarm bell going off. All right. And the same day that Aquaman 2 comes out, you have the Don Nell, the New Day, comes out. And then he gives off a count at the first of it. He says, not today, not today. The Paradon. What else he say? He says something else in the Paradon, and then that's a count from that day. Okay, so keep your eyes open for the 2 days, and then the Paradon, and this would be part of Trump and that court case. We could already see these things kind of going on and matching up as well to kind of overlay, because they're on a live game kind of thing and a live chess game. That's why I'm watching these things and giving these little reports for you. Okay. And this is just to gather up the eyes and ears. Otherwise, you think I'm batshit crazy. All right? Because you haven't gathered enough light to go and to even think about these things. You're stuck in the box. We need to be the man that rides the ox, the lion, and the eagle. We can't be pulled by the ox. We can't be eaten by the lion. And we can't be grabbed by the eagle. We need to be able to ride all of them. Okay? So, Army of the Dead gets stuck behind the mat gates of hell. He's rising with DeSantis. And we have another DeSantis, whatever their names are. They just pull him out of their ass. That's the donkey. He has the trump card. He just has the master deck. So he's doing it all. So it mentions the codex, the juxtapose or whatever. The juxtapose is two forces coming together as one to create the music, the sound. That's where you got the world stage, the duality, the positivity, the negativity, those things. The Patrick Wilson, okay. We see the St. Patty's Day, the Green Day concert. We see St. Patty's Day is if you don't wear green, you get in a pinch. That's that cash ash day more than likely. One transferred to the other. Okay, so St. Patty's Day, we could see that big steal in a way. And we might see an event where they do like an ATM. I'll do another thing about this one on a separate video. Because this kind of ties into some backstory stuff. Anyways, the juxtapose, the codex, the codex, the codex, okay, so all that's going on. And then the Duff Lundgren, he is tied to the ex-Abel, the ex-Abel, and the Abel is tied to the Abel worship versus the Cain versus Abel. So we're going into a time where the Cain, the one who was given the mark, he's given the light. And Jesus came with the robbers and thieves and vagabonds and those types of people that the carnal man, under the carnal law and those things, the Jew man hates and such, okay? So he came as those people, and this is why they left him. How many friends did he have out of the thousands that came to see him? All right, he was that shaman. And according to, either way, y'all, it's many rabbit trails to connect the points of light, and that's why it's all laid out. It's revealing, okay? Either way, so the codex, that's for that exam, that X marks a spot, that Musk, that Elon Musk, that Musk kit and trigger. That trigger is tied to the Don Jr., his show on Trigger or whatever. That he's tied to the Dark Sun in one way, and then Eric Trump is tied to the German error with the blue eye, blonde hair kind of stuff going on. So there's many things that are going on there to connect dualities. And either way, guys, so the Patrick Wilson, the Patrick, St. Patty's Day. Wilson is tied to Castaway. Castaway was talked about like a year ago or whatever, and now that all these things are going, we can go back and kind of put all these things together and put together a better mirror of what's going on, okay? Juxtapose, that reminds me of a name of my two buddies. It was back in the day, party days, and they were DJs. Not on the big scale, but that was their name, was Juxtapose, and they made music. Like one did it this way and one did it that way, and they brought it together, but they did it like fresh beats, and they didn't take from anybody or whatever kind of thing, but it was some of the best trance music I ever heard. Either way, guys, there's a little story. So we'll end it here with the Aquaman 2 and its reflections. So just keep your eyes open. Think about what you're watching.